Hello, welcome to Diva's Paradise, a wonderful world of fashion, beauty, and lifestyle. I'm your host, Diva, and I decided it was high time that I did a book collection video. I know way back a few months ago, someone did ask me what kind of books that I use in my library, and it's been taking me forever. Then I saw another video by one of my fellow YouTubers, Wilder JMC. She talked about some of the books she had in her collection, and it kind of prompted me like, you know what, I better do my collection, my book collection. I'm going to move as quickly as I can because I only have 10 minutes. I do have a lot of books. I like to collect books. I like to collect magazines. I like to collect DVDs, anything pertaining to beauty, makeup, fashion. So let's get into it. My very first book that started my love and collection of books is that of makeup artist Kevin Aucoin. He was like my very first favorite makeup artist. His first book is The Art of Makeup. Unfortunately, it is no longer in print. It is a big, oversized coffee table style book, and I don't even put this on my coffee table. I keep it on a bookshelf because I don't want anybody fooling with it. But needless to say, this was kind of like a, let's see, this was like a, I'm trying to think, instructional book somewhat. But it really gives you pictures of his work, alright? This book I really loved because, like I said, I was so in love with Kevin Aucoin. I just loved everything he did. But this one really more so, I mean, yes, it was an instructional, but it wasn't in as much detail as his second book, okay? So, you know, I liked it. Slight instructional, but not as much as his second book. So that was The Art of Makeup. That was my very first book that started my collection, alright? Then, secondly, and pretty much I have all of his books, another book that I like also is from him, okay? I have all three of his books, so let's just get Kevin Aucoin out the way. I have Making Faces, alright? As you know, that is an instructional. Very good, okay? So it gives you pictures and transformations of various celebrities that he has done, alright? And in the beginning part, they kind of, you know, give you instructional about how to do certain things, contouring, highlighting, finding concealers and stuff like that, alright? So that one is Making Faces. Then the other book from him that I also have is Face Forward. That's this one. You know, it had a split screen cover with a African American model and a Caucasian model. And when you go inside, once again, there it's kind of like a how-to book, but definitely the pictures will give you inspiration. It shows you how to make over yourself, I guess, doing different styles, like he styles other celebrities as other celebrities, right? So, for instance, he took this celebrity and styled her as Sophia Loren. Alright, so anyway, I gotta move quickly, but lovely book as well. Anything from Kevin pretty much I like, if you cannot tell already. Then we have Kevin Aucoin, Beautiful Life. This basically was just more so like a memoir biography about Kevin Aucoin, and inside you have pictures of stuff he's done. It still gives you some instructions, you know what I mean? But once again, I find the pictures to be more of an inspiration to me. Okay, also inside this issue, because if I remember correctly, this book was done, whoops, almost fell. This book was done posthumously after he died. So I remember when he died, I remember exactly what I was doing. I was flying from New York to LA. I had another flight attendant come to me and said, yo, I think your makeup artist is dead. I'm like, what? What are you talking about? And he said, you know, Aucoin, I can't say his name. I was like, oh my God, no. Then she handed me the newspaper, and there it was in all its glory in the Sunday Times, and pretty much I saved that article. I never forgot that moment. I saved the article. This one is dated May 12, 2002. I have another article right here that's also in the Beautiful Life book that I saved. And then another magazine, I believe this might have been New York Magazine, did a write-up on it. He used to also do some writing for Allure magazine, and I believe they did a write-up on it, so I had tore it out of my Allure magazine, and somebody else did a write-up. This one actually was when he was contributing to Allure magazine. So let's put it this way. I have the very first issue of Allure magazine. The very first issue. I bought that off the newsstand. And I still have that. So you know that is like a collector's item. But anyway, let's stop talking about that. Let's move on. But I do like Kevin Aquine books, just in case you didn't know. Now, because in his books, if you have ever read his biography, he said he was greatly influenced by Wade Bandy. I went out and bought the book Designing Your Face by Wade Bandy. Kevin said this is one of the first books he read to learn how to do makeup, aside from practicing. So I was able to get my hands on an old copy by Wade Bandy, and basically it is an instructional, okay? But everything is like black and white. It's more so like sketches, you know, telling you where to put things and stuff like that. Very old book. This is a vintage book, so I do pride myself for having this in my library because it's very hard to track down. Then also, let me move on. Then my other favorite makeup artist, which I love him to death as well because his makeup is also very stylized, is Sam Fine. So of course, I told you about his book before, Sam Fine, Fine Beauty. You know he has a DVD. I do have that in my collection. This definitely is an instructional book. So if it's an instructional, I'll tell you it's instructional. If it's a pictorial, I'll just tell you it's a pictorial, meaning it's a coffee table book. So this is a great instructional book to have. Also along these lines is a pictorial book. It's Naomi's pictorial book. I like this because I can get inspiration from it just by looking at pictures. I also have The Beauty of Color by Iman. It's an instructional book. I also get inspiration from looking at the pictures. Pretty much assume I always get inspiration from looking at pictures. This too is an instructional. Kind of reminds you of making faces, but not as detailed, okay? I'm trying to move quickly. Alright. Then a pictorial book that I'm inspired by is I Am Iman, okay? It has pictures of Iman in here. I think I better stop flipping through pages because I have tons more books to go through. Another pictorial book I'm inspired by, Femme Fatale. That's by Serge Normand. Oh, just flip to one page or two, okay? Then a how-to instructional book is Makeup Makeovers. This is by Robert Jones. This is a nice book. It's a how-to. I also have Makeup Makeovers, and this one is Weddings. This is also by Robert Jones. It's an instructional. Then I have this big book. This is the Mac Daddy of all books. It's very heavy. It's The Professional Makeup Artist. It's volume 1. You see how fat it is? It's like an encyclopedia. This is by Blasco and Kehoe. They're very famous makeup artists. They've done a lot of Hollywood film and stuff like that. And this kind of gives you an idea. It does cover a lot of topics. It's an excellent book to have if you want to get into the union and you want to know how to do certain techniques. It covers it all. Okay, moving quickly. Then Stephen Marai, it's a pictorial book. I like it. Inspiration. Make Up Your Mind pictorial book / instructional because, as you know, it has the Mylar sheets on top of the picture that you can lift up to figure out how and where you should be placing some makeup. A pictorial book that is inspiration is Body Painting. The very first year I went to the makeup show, Joanne Guerre was there. She does a lot of body painting. She signed my book. It's autographed, so there's another book for my collection. Woo! Then I have Makeup, The Ultimate Guide by Ray Morris. This definitely is an instructional. I like it. Very good. You know, it tells you how to do this, that, and the other. Lovely book. Oh, X-Ray by Francois Nars. It's a pictorial book. I love this book. Can't turn any more pages because time is running out. Another pictorial book that I like, it sits on my coffee table also, is Alex Box's book. And it just says Alex Box. She is the creative director for La Masqua Cosmetics. Another one, that I like because my pile is tumbling over, is David LaChapelle. That also is a pictorial book, goes on my coffee book. More inspiration. And last but not least is Serge Lutens. This is also a coffee table book. So hopefully this has provided you some idea of the books that I like to collect. Thank you so much for watching. I'm sorry this film went so fast, but it's getting over time. Peace, love, and all of that good stuff. And see you later. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.